After a poor send-off to 2024, the UFC has more than made up for it by kicking 2025 off with back-to-back doubleheaders, with UFC 312 featuring two mouth-watering title fights. The first will be between UFC strawweight champion Zhang Weili and Tatiana Suarez. Right after that, Dricus Du Plessis will defend his middleweight title against former foe Sean Strickland in a clash for the ages. Who will win and who will learn? Let's kick things off by breaking down the women's strawweight title fight in which Zhang Weili puts her belt on the line against the undefeated Tatiana Suarez, who has long been waiting for this opportunity. The champion is a switch stance fighter known for her incredible pace. She lands an impressive 5.7 significant strikes per minute, making her one of the most active strikers in the division. On the other hand, Suarez is a southpaw and a wrestling powerhouse, averaging 2 takedowns per round. With a 3-inch reach advantage and a strong grappling game, Suarez could pose serious problems for Weili, especially given the fact that Weili has shown some vulnerabilities in her takedown defense, stopping only half of the attempts against her. Suarez is a relentless grappler who dominates her opponents on the ground, and if she can do the same to Weili, it might be a long night for the defending queen. However, taking Weili down will be easier said than done. Weili's recent performances have been nothing short of dominant. Against Amanda Lemos, she showcased her evolution as a complete fighter by landing 6 takedowns and outstriking her opponent 163-24 in significant strikes. Fans have been calling this version of Weili a return to her peak form. The Chinese superstar has been on fire, winning 4 straight fights after her back-to-back losses to Rose Namajunas. In her last 2 bouts, Weili racked up a whopping 12 takedowns combined, showing she's no slouch in the grappling department either. Plus, her striking output and experience in high-pressure fights give her a clear edge on the feet. On Suarez's side, her undefeated streak is built on shutting down her opponent's strengths. Her submission wins over Jessica Andrade and Montana De La Rose were not only decisive, but also highlighted her ability to adapt mid-fight. The American grappler's fight against Weili is her biggest challenge yet, but Suarez thrives under pressure. If Suarez can dominate the ground early, she has a solid shot at grinding out a decision win. But if Weili can keep it standing and unleash her striking arsenal, she could defend her title once again. It's literally a coin toss, but most are favoring Suarez's wrestling to get the job done for her. Ousting Weili from her spot wouldn't be easy, however, especially given the fact that she is more experienced and fought more rounds than Suarez, who hasn't been very active in the past few years. Will it be Weili's fast-paced striking or Suarez's suffocating grappling that reigns supreme? I guess we'll have to find out at UFC 312. In the main event, Dricus Du Plessis meets Sean Strickland for a second time. The rematch between Dricus Du Plessis and Sean Strickland has fight fans buzzing since the first fight between the two was a close battle, with DDP narrowly taking the win through his relentless pressure and well-timed takedowns. Now, as they prepare to meet again, the stakes are even higher. Both fighters have evolved and both believe they're the best in their division. Only one will come out on top. Who will it be? Dricus Du Plessis is a freak of nature who often fights like a man possessed. His style is raw and chaotic, but it's undeniably effective. He has power in his hands, a solid ground game, and a seemingly endless gas tank that allows him to keep pushing forward no matter how tough the fight gets. In their first encounter, DDP's pressure was a nightmare for Strickland, as it didn't let Sean settle into his usual rhythm and used his wrestling to disrupt Strickland's game plan. DDP's greatest strength is his ability to mix things up. He's not just a striker or a grappler. He's a perfect mix of both, and he's not afraid to get dirty in the clinch or dive for takedowns when needed. Du Plessis' unpredictability makes him a tough puzzle to solve. However, his chaotic style can also leave openings for counters, especially against a technical striker like Strickland, who is a stark contrast to DDP's wild approach. Strickland is all about precision, volume, and control. His jab is one of the best in the business, and his defensive style, using the Philly shell, makes him hard to hit cleanly. While he's not known for one-punch knockout power, Strickland's constant peppering of strikes can wear opponents down over time. In their first fight, Strickland's biggest issue was his lack of aggression. He stuck to his jab and landed some clean shots, but he didn't push the pace enough to convince the judges. If he wants to win this rematch, he'll need to step on the gas and make DDP respect his striking more. Strickland has the tools to frustrate DDP and keep him at bay, but he'll need to be more active and assertive this time around. The fight will likely come down to whether DDP can impose his relentless pressure or if Strickland can keep him at a safe distance with his jab. In their first fight, DDP was able to close the distance and make it a gritty battle. If he can do that again, he'll have the edge. However, if Strickland can maintain his range and stick to his technical striking, he could turn the tables. Both fighters are known for their cardio, but DDP's high-paced style can test even the most conditioned athletes. Strickland will need to pace himself and avoid getting drawn into a brawl. On the flip side, DDP's durability will be tested if Strickland lands clean combinations over several rounds. As far as grappling is concerned, the South African might have the edge in this department. While Strickland prefers to keep the fighting standing, DDP's ability to mix in takedowns could be a game changer. If he can take Strickland down and control him, it'll score points and sap Strickland's energy. However, Strickland's takedown defense has improved and he'll be prepared to sprawl and brawl. Both fighters will need to show they've learned from their first fight. For DDP, that means tightening up his defense and avoiding reckless exchanges. For Strickland, it means increasing his output and being willing to take risks to land meaningful strikes. So, who's gonna win? It's a tough call because both fighters have clear paths to victory. If DDP can overwhelm Strickland with his pressure and mix in takedowns, he could grind out another decision or even secure a finish. But if Strickland can keep the fight at his pace and use his striking to pick DDP apart, he could win on points. Ultimately, this fight might come down to who wants it more. DDP has shown he's willing to go through hell to get the win, but Strickland is a tough, gritty competitor who's not afraid to dig deep. It's going to be a battle of wills as much as a battle of skills. If I had to pick, I'd lean slightly toward DDP. His ability to mix things up and his relentless pressure make him a tough matchup for anyone, including Strickland. But don't count Sean out. He's capable of making the adjustments needed to flip the script. The rematch has all the makings of a classic. It's a clash of styles, personalities, and strategies with everything on the line. Whether you're a fan of DDP's wild and unpredictable approach or Strickland's calm and calculated game, there's something to enjoy here because one thing's for sure. When the cage door closes, we'll be in for an absolute treat. Who do you think will win the UFC 312 co-main event between Zhang Weili and Tatiana Suarez and the main event between Dricus Du Plessis and Sean Strickland? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and turn on those notifications. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.